You know, it's been 4 years since the world stopped because of COVID-19, and there was so much we didn't know about the virus when it first happened, right? So many lives were lost, but healing, that can come from so many places. I went to Mesa to catch up with a group of women who are forever bonded through love and loss.
Relax your shoulders.
This is the Zen part of the day for these women who are connected by more than just this class. These 9 women have traveled to Arizona from all over the country to be here. It's a tradition born out of heartbreak. These women all lost their spouses to the COVID-19 pandemic. They call themselves the COVID Widow Sisters. Whitney Parker flew here from Minnesota. She told me a little bit about her late husband, Leslie.
He was just this fun guy. He was always fun, and I think that's initially what attracted me to him.
They started a life together after they met in 2009, welcomed a daughter and eventually a son. Then, in late April 2020, things took a turn. Leslie fell ill and started isolating at home.
And the nurse line was like, oh, he might have COVID, but, you know, he's 31. You guys are good. You're safe.
Days later, Leslie was in the hospital. This was the height of the pandemic and no one else was allowed in.
I remember him calling me, and he was sobbing. And I'd never heard my husband cry, and he just said, I'm terrified, I'm scared.
That was the last time she would hear her husband's voice.
They put him on a ventilator that night, and I never spoke to him again.
Leslie died less than 2 weeks after he fell sick. Their son hadn't even turned 1 yet. It's a heartache Selvi Clark shares.
Casey was an elite warrior.
She calls her late husband the ultimate patriot, spending his life in service to the country with the Navy and CIA.
He had deployed to Djibouti during the pandemic, and this was before all the vaccines were available to everyone. And he came home, but he had contracted both malaria and COVID.
Casey would lose his life less than 2 months after getting home to the D.C. area. To this date, the virus has taken nearly 1.2 million lives in the U.S. since 2020. That's according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Many young widows were born out of COVID with young children, and that's what this group represents.
The umbrella group started on Facebook as the Young Widows and Widowers of COVID-19. That's where these women all connected. It was a lifeline for them.
You just give each other this huge amount of grace and compassion, and it's something that is very special between women.
Now they meet up once a year in different cities, starting in 2021 here in Arizona. They're back now for their 4th meetup.
Pre-Widow Whitney would have never just randomly met a bunch of people in a different city that I've never met.
But now?
Widow Whitney is like, yeah, as long as no one's dying, we're going. Like, we're doing it.
And these trips are filled with self-care, reflection, and of course, some fun. No judgment, no shame, just that silent understanding. These women get you and have your back.
It's like Leslie's last gift to me, my sisters. They're the people I never knew I would need in life.
A new family, not by blood, but brought together and bonded for life.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Well, I want to let you guys know, Selvi told me she is writing a book about Casey and his life of service. She says she just wants people to know how much he loved this country, but also how serving really affected him. She wants more people to understand what service members go through, again, but understand how much of a patriot he really was. As for what's next, this next trip, Whitney told me they're already throwing ideas out there to see where they can go and come together all again.